blast to see you show off your moves in a whole new way on The Masked Dancer. How much fun and how challenging was it to be in your element like this, but completely in disguise?
Yes, I mean, this was the most fun experience for me. I got to play someone completely different than myself, and it was definitely challenging because obviously I could barely see in this mask that was so
Right.
heavy. My first fitting for The Masked Dancer, I was actually running into walls when they were asking me to walk around because I was just not used to it. But as soon as I got on stage, it was like nothing was on my head, which is so crazy. I think I'm just prepared for that because of, all the crazy stuff I had to wear for dance competitions.
Sure, sure. And congrats on making the finals as well. Being
Thank
a
you.
dancer your whole life, you must have thought you had a pretty good chance to take it all home. Were you expecting to be up against mostly professional dancers, or what were you imagining the contestant lineup to be like?
I had no clue. I actually found out who was in the finale with me yesterday, which was
Well,
like crazy because obviously, after I got called, I had to be like rushed off set because I'm the youngest one there. I couldn't be there for that long. So, yeah, I mean, I've been watching the show, seeing all the people that were on it because obviously I had no clue. And I think that's crazy to me because usually when I do shows like this, I know all of my contestants and I like am friends with them and I get to talk to them and it's more of just like a fun thing. But obviously it was so hard because I had to walk around, with a full like ski mask on and I'd be waving to the other contestants, but it was just like so strange. But it was so fun. It was so unexpected, but so fun.
so you didn't get to really see anyone else perform while you guys were shooting. Everything was just total lockdown.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you and Maxim rounded out the top three with Gabby Douglas. You had said you had no idea who your competition was. So which unmasking shocked you the most?
I think the one that shocked me the most was Bill Nye. I I did not expect him to be on this show. I think he was the last person that I would expect to see.
He might
And
agree with you on that.
yeah, and he did pretty well. Like I was very, proud of him. But yeah, I mean, I think they all did amazing. I was just so happy to be on the show because I've been watching Masked Singer for so long. So it was really just like, an honor to be on the show.
Yeah, well, it was definitely fun to watch you, of course. And what was your reaction when Ashley figured you out? Because even Paula wasn't quite on the right track, and she's gotten the most correct guesses all season long, but
Right.
Ashley picked up on every single clue.
I, didn't expect her to get it. I thought Paula would get it because obviously she's in the dance world. I've met her so many times. I went to like Broadway shows with her and I would have expected her to get it first try, but I'm so happy that Ashley got it because I have been loving her since I was young. She's always been like a huge inspiration to me because I've been watching High School Musical for so long. Still to this day,
Yeah.
I think I've watched it over 200 times. And yeah, I mean, I love her so much. I was definitely not expecting it because no one was guessing me for so long. And then there was just this one time and my heart dropped when she said my name. I was like, no,
Ding.
I didn't want them to guess me, but I'm so glad that she did.
Did you get a chance to talk to her a little bit more off camera? I know restrictions obviously make that tough, but maybe you've been able to keep in touch a little bit.
Sadly, no. I had to literally rush off set and I was just gone. But hopefully I'll get to talk to her about it in the future.
Yeah, well, great guesses all around. Ariana Grande, Simone Biles, Kristen Bell. Which were your fave?
Definitely, Dove Cameron, Ariana Grande, Liza Koshy. I love Liza Koshy.
Yeah, Paula was
And
pretty convinced you were Eliza.
I know, and that's actually a really good compliment because Liza is, a great dancer and she's so funny and I love her. But yeah, I felt like all of the guesses, I was like, wow, that's really sweet.
Yeah. And you, of course, got a cute note of congrats and encouragement from your sister Maddie on your Instagram post after your reveal. She had to have been among the select few who knew you were on the show this whole time. Who were you able to tell? Who was the hardest to keep in the dark? I mean, this is a huge secret and it must have been killing you.
It definitely was. It was eating me alive. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was definitely eating me alive. The only people I told was my sister and my mom, because my mom was on set with me. And it was so hard keeping it from my friends because I tell them everything, you know, literally the stupidest things to my jobs that I do. And they'd be like, "Hey, like, what are you doing today?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing something that I can't tell you about." And they would get so mad and they would interrogate me all the time. And I was like, "I cannot tell you what I'm doing. I really can't." And one of my best friends, Sage, was actually on Dancing with the Stars with me. He loves The Masked Singer. And he was like, "If you're on this show, I'm going to be so mad at you." And I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because I need to know if you're on it." And I was like, "I'm not on the show." So I had to tell everyone that I wasn't on it, but everyone was guessing it.
Well, this obviously isn't your first dance competition show. So did you hear from any former co-stars, partners, any other famous friends who recognized you as they watched you throughout the season? Maybe Gleb shot you a text?
Yes. So many people were texting me, all of the people from Dancing with the Stars,
Yeah.
my hometown friends, just random people that I've met a few times. Everyone was texting me being like, "This is you," and I know it's you. And I would just have to act dumb and just be like, "What show are you talking about? I have no clue."
Right.
And it was
Did that catch you off guard? Because obviously you're wearing the mask, but you know, singing is one thing, but with dancing, did you expect people to just pick up on who you were just by your movements?
I definitely knew that people were going to guess me because obviously I've been dancing on TV since I was 6. So I felt that, you know, everyone has already seen me dance. They know how I dance. All of my supporters were posting pictures from day one and they were like, "We know it's you. Just stop. Just give it up." And it was so hard ignoring all of those comments because, you know, it was so fun to, you know, just keep it a secret from all of them. But also I was like, I wanted to tell them so bad.
Well, how great does it feel to just be able to share that moment with everyone now?
Oh, amazing. It's such a relief now. And now I get to share all of the fun behind the scenes that I had with my dance partner and the choreographers and me just like taking pictures with the tulip head. I'm just so excited for everyone to see those.
You don't get to keep it, right? The tulip head?
Sadly, no.
Well, it'll live on in your heart, I'm sure.
Yes,
And
of
ours.
course.
And you've been crushing it on TikTok for a couple of years now, but Maddie just joined a few weeks ago. Did you convince her to finally take the plunge? And can we now expect some next level collabs from you two?
I have been trying to get her on TikTok since I started.
Yeah.
I actually downloaded it as a joke, but now I'm too sucked in to even stop. And she finally did it. And when she posted her first video, she was freaking out. She was calling me. She was like, "Do I post this? Do I post this? What do I say? What do I caption it? I don't know what's funny on TikTok." And I was
A
like,
little
"Maddie."
overwhelming at first, but you're a pro.
Yeah, I was like, "Trust me, everyone wants you to be on this app." So I definitely think we're gonna collab more on TikTok, which is gonna be fun. I mean, I definitely think she's gonna take over the app, so I'm excited to see that.
Well, fans are thrilled to have both of you on it, and they'll definitely be staying tuned along with us. And you've been a huge fan of the Masked Singer franchise this whole time, like you said. JoJo Siwa was on Masked Singer. Were you thinking that you'd try Masked Singer until this came along? So how did everything fall into place?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't expect me to be on it. You know, I just loved watching the show. I never even thought about it. And so when they reached out to me, I was so excited and I was like, of course I want to be on it. And it was, you know, really awesome to see JoJo on the show as well. So I could, you know, watch her performances and see how she did it. And yeah, I mean, it was definitely a dream of mine. I've been watching the show for so long and it was just so cool to, you know, see how people move under their mask. And it was completely different because, you know, they're singing.
Yeah.
So I was really excited to be on the first season of Masked Dancer for sure.
Yeah, and a whole new kind of challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of JoJo, she's gotten so much love and support since coming out and introducing her girlfriend to the world. Have you been able to reach out or speak with her during this time?
Yes, I actually texted her as soon as she came out, and I was just telling her how proud of her, how proud I am of her. And, you know, she's such a big inspiration for young kids. And I'm just so glad that she's sharing this with the world because it's definitely going to inspire a lot more girls and guys to come out to their family and even to the world. And I'm just so proud of her. I love her so much. And she's just amazing.
Yeah, that's so great. And, you know, both of you are in a position to represent a generation, a young generation, and use your platform to promote positivity and love and support. And it was great to see you do this on The Masked Dancer as well, because you had that performance where you said you were crying under your mask because it meant so much to you. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, that piece was so emotional for me because it was about my sister and I. And, you know, she's my best friend through it all. We've been through thick and thin. We actually used to hate each other when we were younger because we were just with each other 24/7, just nagging at each other. But now we're just best friends. And I'm so glad to have a sister that, you know, is so close with me and literally is my best friend. Like, we can hang out for hours and we don't get annoyed at each other. And it's just really amazing having that support.
Yeah, and that was so touching to see as well. You dropped some major bops this past year, and you have some new music on the way as well. So tell us about your upcoming EP and how it's been writing and recording in the studio during this time.
Yeah, I mean, it's been very different, you know, writing and recording music right now because obviously I can't go into the studio as much as I can.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of writing sessions on Zoom, which is so hard for me because I feel like if I'm just in my bed writing music, I'm just gonna fall asleep. But I'm really glad that I still get to work during this time. Yeah, I mean, I can't really say much about my music. It's definitely gonna be a little bit different than what I've been doing. But yeah, just stay tuned, I guess.
Well, now that you've taken the plunge with doing a whole new kind of show, would you want to be on a judging panel yourself sometime?
Yeah, I mean, that would be so much fun. I definitely think I'm gonna go back and try and guess everyone.
Yeah.
I think that's the most fun thing about the show is, you know, even just watching it from like an outside viewer, it's just fun to guess who it is. So I'm excited to see the next season and, you know, guess.
Yeah, Masked Singer, I think, coming back March 10th, so we don't have to wait too long for the fun to start all over again.
Yay!
All right, well, thank you so much for your time. It was a great pleasure talking to you, and we'll be watching out for you and Maddie on TikTok.
Thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.